Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
Let's take a look at our PPR 12-team mock draft for wide receivers. We have it broken down specifically here. We also have quarterbacks, tight ends, running backs that we broke down, and we have the round in which they were drafted right here. And we also have some names of receivers that weren't drafted, and you can keep an eye on them. We have them highlighted in red so that you know that they weren't drafted. But, obviously we've got Andre Johnson here was the number one guy, and I think that pretty much holds true, especially in a PPR league when you're getting his extra catches. I mean, he's a guy who can definitely go over 100 receptions every single year. Reggie Wayne, I'd have to disagree with. I saw him. He was the last pick in the first round. I think that's a little too high for Reggie, especially for this season. He does rack up a good amount of catches. There's no doubt about that, but I just have a feeling that the ball's going to be spread out more in Indianapolis with Austin Collie, Pierre Garçon now coming into their second full season with the, being active in this offense, and their first full off season, really getting to hone in with extra nuances in the attack with Peyton Manning. Obviously, a guy like Anthony Gonzalez, if he does come back and healthy, that just adds them another weapon in this offense, and Reggie's just another year older. I think Reggie's definitely the number one guy on this passing game, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tails back a bit than the expectations. If you're taking him like that high or an early second rounder, even in a PPR, you might be a little disappointed with his production from week to week. But overall, take a look at the names. We've got quite a few wide receivers here that were selected. Obviously, in PPR leagues, the receivers are going to have more value than they would in a standard league play and whatnot. So this is definitely their league to get an extra bump in value. As we're getting closer to the drafts, I expect to see, this board to definitely change around as we get new information. One guy I could see that moves up these boards a little bit higher, if he does in fact win the job, is Johnny Knox. He went in the 9th round in this league. I think he could make for a decent PPR type guy. I'm not sure that he's the greatest touchdown maker guy, but look at Wes Welker. He's never been a great touchdown maker, yet in PPR, when he's healthy, he can be a great PPR, obviously, a dominant PPR type of receiver because of all the receptions he'll rack up. And so for Johnny Knox, I think if he wins the starting job and keeps it, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets somewhere around 80, 85 receptions this year on a conservative base, because his game in Mike Martz's offense, that they're going to throw the ball a lot, and his style of play seems to fit what Mike likes to do pretty well. And once again, we just want to let you know that if you're listening to this out there on the internet, maybe on YouTube for a video, we've got this, what we're talking about here, available for you. There's a link. It should be a link at the bottom of where this video is at, right underneath the text. And you can click on that link. You can go over and you can download this information that we're talking about. You can print it out for yourself to use at your draft. We have that available for you. And if you're also listening to this on a podcast, maybe like Podbean, Media, any one of those, Blueberry, any of those type of places, that should also be incorporated. There should be an article with this as well, and there should be some type of link there for you to get back to the specific page that we're talking about for this cheat sheet or mock draft that we happen to be talking to you about right now. Good luck this season, and we hope that this information helps you have success.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.